All right. Welcome to One Nation, a Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. This is your host, Kirk DeMars, and tonight we've got a great program. It doesn't like we have good programs all the time. Well, this one, it's gonna keep going higher and higher. No pressure on these guys that are on, but they're gonna bring it tonight. And speaking of bring it, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the guy that brings it. We're gonna bring Jay on us. So here we go. Jay, what's going on?
Hey, how's everything going?
It's going good. Going good. Get any snow out there? We're seeing some here tomorrow.
No, I've got beautiful weather. I'm in the 70s all week and nice bright sun, so I'm enjoying that. And man, am I looking forward to tonight. We've got an awesome plan with the Lady Eagles head basketball coach, Megan Brinkmann. She's also the school's activities director and the assistant high school principal. How does she find time to do all of that? That doesn't make any sense.
And she
We
has a
also have
6-month-old.
from
She has a 6-month-old.
Oh no. Oh no. She is turning into one before eyes, and we also have three awesome players with us tonight. We got Kayla Bond, Kaydi Alderman, and Maggie Stieferman. We also have Eugene's own Pam joining us tonight. So we are super excited to talk with all of these amazing people and about all the amazing things that they've accomplished the last several years, including winning 3 district champions in a row. Then we also want to talk about all the fun things planned in the future. It's going to be a very busy show. So without further ado, I say let's bring on our Lady Eagles rolling.
Here we go. All right, ladies, how you all doing?
Good.
Super.
That was great. Everybody, all it was awesome. Hey, we're very happy to have you guys on tonight, and thank you for bearing with us and jumping in. I know we were having you on a few weeks ago, and we had technical difficulties on my side, so thank you for coming back on, and we're just excited to be honor you guys and talk a little about some things. So without any delay, I'm going to let you go right at. Go ahead and start with that first one. A lot of stuff we want to ask them.
Awesome. Coach Brinkmann, tell us about this portable appearance and all of the years. What made it so special?
Yeah, first of all, I mean, thanks for having us. We're excited, a lot of fun. But I thought this year was absolutely special. If you would have told us at the beginning of the year, we would have been we were in. It'd have been hard to believe. Started off the year with coach, probably just like else, trying to other players in positions, find some roles on the team. But they've been with the program for with me for 3 years now, experience, and I thought it definitely showed this year on the court, and they led us every time. They were leaders, they were big playmakers, they made things happen. They're fun, they're a group, they're close, and it was a ton of fun going through this experience with them. Quarterfinals, our sectional won ever girls basketball in school history, so that was important in itself. Quarterfinal game, even though we didn't come out on, showed that we weren't done. We played, and it came down to literally the final couple seconds, and I could not be more proud. You guys started the school and community support too was just unreal. Having our community back us, having from it was experience to forget, and hopefully these girls won't either.
That's great. They did a fantastic job, and I know you had a lot of fun. And in that we saw the send-off that they got to, and all the different support that was. What was that? Real quick, girls. What was everybody just gathering around cheering you on? You hopping on a bus and having an escort. What was that like?
It was crazy to see the support that we had in community.
And there was a lot of them out there, wasn't there? All right. Hey, Kaydi, real quick, you were part of a team that won 3 straight district titles. Just tell me about the focus you and your team had during that time, and how were you able to accomplish that?
Well, I think we were able to accomplish that with teamwork. All of us girls over the past couple of years have all been super close, really good friends, but obviously on the basketball court. And then just having a coach that, knew how to adjust to every team that we played. I think that was a big key fact. We were able to come on top in a lot of games.
Yeah, Coach Brinkmann, she was pretty awesome. We'll get into something after that district championship that was pretty cool. We'll get in that a little bit later, but that's a great answer. You did a great job. Jay, you go ahead on the.
Hey, Maggie, what was so about your senior year and being able to win section, being rewarded to the quarterfinals?
I think something really special was just the bond us three seniors have, and we been best friends for so long, and we got to experience this together, and just going out and doing what no one expected us to do, and just having all this of the school was just awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun when you have everybody behind you. And whose parents were the loudest? I just want to know. Parent was the loudest.
Probably Kayla's.
That was my mom and my sisters, my family. My grandma, she was so loud she got kicked out of one of my baseball games. So that didn't go over real well with her, but she left and we didn't have to forfeit the game. So happy about that. Kayla, tell us what it was like during your senior year and with this team, and just being able to do something that hasn't before, getting to those.
Yeah, it was a once in a lifetime experience, and like they all said, the support of everyone around us is something that we'll never forget.
Yeah, you're going to carry that for a very long time. And I see Patsy said, "Thanks, I was glad you could hear us." So, Kayla, thank you. Glad you could hear us. That was Thank you for that, Patsy. We appreciate that. Anybody else wants to come, be more than happy to be on here on the program. So, very good. Jay, go ahead and go on with it.
Hey, Pam, tell us about your perspective as you've watched Coach bring these girls over the past years and what you've appreciated from a fan's perspective.
As a fan, I think they played really good team basketball. The girls, even though the seniors had their own bond and their trust between each other, they also, whoever was hot that night, it didn't matter if you were a sophomore, junior, they would move the ball, make sure they got the best possible to increase their chances of scoring. They took care of the ball well, and they just played hard every night. Sometimes you don't come out on top on games, but like Coach Brinkmann said earlier, when that game comes down to the last 2 seconds and you're giving it their all, then you know you've done something special as a team. And Coach Brinkmann really brought that together.
Well, like you guys had just from your school, I know this, we talk about a bond on the court, but also it seems like that way at school too. Any of you talk a little bit about that and the community that you have at Eugene High School?
Yeah, I'll go. We love our community. We love our students. It was everybody from our secretary. Some of these kids' best friends who don't play basketball, they were the ones on the bus and going to the store and giving us snacks. From down, elementary, it was just to see the school pride and the community spirit again. It was just fantastic. And I hope that, I think success that, baseball make a run or another sport makes a run and we can do the same thing for everybody. But having everybody involved again just makes it so much more special. And it is just, it's something that makes I'm proud of it.
Very good. And Coach, while you're there real quick, and this wasn't anything that we had planned on asking, but you've got a 6-month-old. Any of these girls been helpful watching for you at all?
Of course. Yeah, I have a lot of babysitters on my team, and I'm not afraid to be like, hey, anybody want to watch him? No, they're amazing. He's practice in the morning, practice after school. It's just kind of what we got to do. And it's great having 12, 13 babysitters that you can count on for sure.
That's awesome. You were talking a little bit about this before. How difficult has that all been? Dealing with the pandemic, you had a baby, and then you're activities director, and you're trying to coach a basketball. Tell us a little bit about the whole thing.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be challenging. I probably had no idea how challenging it actually was going to be. I think I was maybe 4 or 5 postpartum, and we had practice a lot with COVID. So I wasn't full time till after Christmas break. But my assistants, people at the kids, they stepped up and they, are responsible, and I trust everything they do. So I'm able to come after school and they were ready to go. Makes my job easier. But yeah, it was really, really, really challenging. And with Emily, everybody again here at school, these girls, they wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been possible. So my thanks to everybody for the support, because it was I learned a lot.
Yeah, it seems like there's definitely to learn through all this. Just ago we had a video, and I'm just kind of tired of all this weather stuff. I don't know about you guys in the pandemic, and
Yes.
We don't need anything else. Everybody else cool with that?
Right, smooth sailing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, hey, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our first sponsor, and then we'll get into our second segment. This one's gone by really quick, as always. So we're going on Diesel Power Plus. I was out the weekend. They had their first annual truck meet. I'm just going to go ahead and play their commercial, but they had 155 trucks out there a lot on Highway 50 and 87. It was unbelievable. They had a huge American flag from a big crane, and anyway, without that, I'm going to stop talking and just bring their commercial on. So here we go. Diesel Power Plus.
Let every nation bow before him, bow before my Lord. Let nation bow before him, bow before my Lord. Rulers and kingdoms will adore and bow before my and our salvation is secure in the hand of the Lord.
All right, I know that is super loud and annoying as far as that horn. I like it. So that is, again, there was a bunch of trucks out there. If you get a chance, go back and look at their Facebook page, Diesel Power Plus, and they had a show at, during the night. I think it was around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. They had a light show, and all these different trucks were lit up. It was pretty awesome. So anyway, we just want to get their sponsorship, and that they are helping make this program possible. All right, girls, this is the time now. We're going to get you talking about you and your stats and things you did. If any stats are wrong, you just feel free to correct us, and you just tell us, no, I made 200 3-pointers this year, and feel free to go with that. So with that, you go ahead.
All right, Maggie, you are up to bat. You played a lot at Eugene, and you scored a lot of points. Now, if my math is right, you're a 34% shooter. And that shooting percentage on 3-point, that made you made 40 out of 124 shots. That is a really good percentage. For your career, you made 97 out of 299 3-pointers. I want you to tell us about your role on this team and how you were able to be so successful for so long. And that's such a long range. What impact that had as far as opening things up to teammates?
So yeah, my main role was to be a shooter. I'm not very good at dribbling, so shooting's my thing. But yeah, successful. I just had to put in a lot of work and always having the little things right. What I always like to see was the crowd or the girls on the bench getting hype for us. After I made a shot or if anything big happened, it was a great feeling.
So Maggie, where did you remember when you first made your first three? About how old were you?
Oh gosh. Yeah, probably elementary school around then.
Okay, so at kindergarten, we're shooting half-court shots like Steph Curry. Wow. Who's your favorite 3-point shooter that you like watching?
I would just any player, girl
Any
or boy.
player. Absolutely.
I think maybe
How about
Sophie
Kayla
Cunningham
Bond?
or something. Yeah, her
Kayla
and
Bond.
Kayla Bond, there you go. Actually, you've seen Jay Gill play, so you might have had to change your mind real quick. I don't know. Very good. Hey, Coach Brinkmann, tell us a little bit about Maggie. She's meant to the program.
Yeah, Maggie's been part of the varsity program now for 3 years, and I thought she got better all year. She was right when she enrolls with shoot threes, but I'll give her a little bit of a break. She can a little bit. And she did get better at attacking the basket, plays solid defense. She's a big weak side rebounder. So even though, she thinks her role is just make baskets, she did way more. I mean, she was a senior shooter leader. Someone that, you have to have on the floor at all times because she does so many good things. She's hit some big shots in her career. Her senior, say the biggest one was versus Chamoy hits a big shot to bring us into overtime. And I don't know, honestly, if she shot well that whole game, but that time she knew she had to hit one, and she did, and it turned out well for us. So, she, again, her senior year, and that's exactly what we needed from her, and that's what she gave.
Very good. Kaydi and Kayla, what did you appreciate about playing with Maggie?
Me, it was how funny she was. She was always joking around and serious when she had to be, but you can always count on her to bring you back up.
What about you, Kaydi?
Took the word right out of my mouth. Yeah, Maggie, I mean, she was just somebody that truly, as a teammate, cared for everybody. I mean, I'd be mad at Maggie at any time because she's always going to make you laugh. Anytime, like, you're out in the basketball court and you're maybe not having the best game and you're down, you can always count on Maggie to bring you back up.
That's awesome. Pam, what was she like what is she like outside of the court? I mean, I know you see her throughout school. What's the scoop on her outside of basketball?
I'm going with what the other girls said. Maggie is very quiet. Her freshman year, whenever we coached her in softball, I think Coach Jess Adrian walked up to her and go, "Maggie, speak," because she was so quiet in everything. So by the she grew as a player, she got some more confidence. Kayla, she brought this sense of humor where she would just throw a zinger at just the right time that got attention or got somebody laughing. So I always appreciated Maggie's calm demeanor, but she's also just a fierce competitor. Anytime that we talked about moving her to a division, she's like, "Yeah, I'd see her left center field for a line drive." Absolutely fearless. Anytime that I have coached her in a sport, and it was nice to carry on through basketball.
There you go. Anything to add to that, Maggie?
Really nice.
I'm just waiting. I'm for one of those jokes, one of those zingers. We want to hear it because that. Anything you want to say about Jay, feel free. Go ahead.
He throws a good zinger. We're always like, "Margaret." So we always give a name whenever it's a good zinger.
Oh, yeah. I knew when I got a certain name, my mom was not happy. So, okay, got it. I got my full name, first, middle, and last. I was in trouble. All right, Jay, go ahead and go on with the next one.
All right, let's talk about Kayla. You played a love game, Eugene basketball. You averaged 7.3 points per game, 1.9 assists, 7.1 rebounds. That's a lot of rebounds. 1.2 steals and 1.2 blocks. You said, "Get that shot out of here." You made an impact on this through doing a lot of tough defensive plays. Talk about that. Talk about your role. And I also want to talk about how did you get your points so high this year? You had 11.3 points per year. So talk about your role.
Yeah, as a senior, I felt like I had up and be a leader. And with more playing time, I was able to succeed. And not just that, but with Maggie and Kaydi out there passing the ball and those open shots helped a lot.
Well, that's good that they gave you the ball, right? Wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
Hey, Maggie and Kaydi, want to say a little bit about what you appreciate about Kayla?
I'd say what I appreciate about Kayla, just like how much like the game means to her and how much like succeeding means to her. She really stepped into this year, like, and she never really was vocal out on the court. And then like this year, if she could give advice in any way, she was the person that you're going to hear it from.
I think Kayla was just a very good leader and just so fun to watch. Like, just play with. If you needed help, she'd give you this, and she'd always be there for you in the best way possible.
Very good. Jay, go ahead.
Coach Brinkmann, I'd love to hear from you. What do you have to say about Kayla?
Yeah, I hit the nail on the head there. As far as Kayla's lead, I thought, just overall, this was her best year yet, and you want to see that as a senior. I think the last couple of years, she was able to hide behind some of our players, and even though she did a fantastic job, I thought this year was her time to shine, and she did that. Defensively, I love defense. We're a defensive team. That's what we preach, and she did the little so extremely well. Can't even stat. communication, early help side defense, rebounding. Obviously, that shows that. Then offensively too, she stepped up and big shot. She stepped out and hit some big. She had 4. And then also being able to battle in the post. She was a guard. I think confidence too. She's played varsity good minutes now for the last 3 years. Her senior year, I think confidence. All 3 girls really showed and shared to go to work in a back. And I do think she was a great teammate. I told her earlier in the year that, Kayla was such a leader, and I didn't know she had that in her, but I'm glad that she did. I'm glad she was that leader to her teammates, because she was that floor that did a really, really terrific job.
Yeah, good job, Kayla. Hey, speaking of good, Kayla, anybody that's watching the program, hey, if you appreciated anything that you enjoyed watching these, they played basketball, Coach Brinkmann, feel free to make a comment here, and then we'll make sure that they hear it on here too. You may not want to tell them, you can tell it to them right here on these comments. We won't embarrass you, but we want to just make sure that they know that they've done a good job. Go ahead and go next one.
Pam, I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear Kayla in the school and then also on the softball field.
Kayla was very fun to coach in softball. She was one of those athletes you could say, this is what I need you to do, now make the adjustment. And sometimes even with Coach Jay and I making just a simple comment of, Kayla, make the adjustment, she would do it. She knew exactly what she needed to do, and she always responded well to that type of just a little help. Again, very calm athlete. She never made excuse for anything. She worked super hard in softball, began to hit with a lot of power toward of her junior last year that I was with her. And that was really fun to watch. Whenever you see a home run sailing out of the park and it's still rising when it hits the tree, it's always fun to see, and fun for you hear the crowd go, oh my gosh. So outside ball, she's one of those great kids that, I call on her every once in a while, especially time for her and Kaydi both, just girls, I need them. They're like, yep, let's do it. And they always do such a great job. So I have a cert, both of them, and Maggie too. I'm all in sports as well as out of the classroom.
Well, good. Hey, Jay, we know what that feels like. Ball still cover the fence as you hit a home run, right? You don't know that?
Can't say I do. No, I have.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. All right. You hit for average, right?
I was Ozzie Smith of our softball team. I wasn't going for home runs. I was trying to get people on bases.
That's what you do, yeah. You were setting up the base.
That's right. Girls, I was terrible, but I did get as the years went on. I was just terrible.
He had never played, and he got better and better as he played, and he had a lot of fun. Everybody enjoyed. Maggie, you do appreciate this, because as you can tell, he was kind of like the guy that was the comic relief on team, and everybody was all enjoying playing with Jay. To his defense, he got plowed at home plate. I mean, he got over like a train and was laying on the ground, and everybody came to his defense. But he got back up. I don't know how, but he got back up and he continued playing. So I bring that up every once in a while, just to remind you. All right, Jay, we got one last question, I think, before we end this. We got one more person to talk to, right?
Yeah. Okay. We need to talk about Kaydi. Holy Kaydi. You scored over 1,000 points. Is that like one shot? How do you get 1,000 points? That's epic. Oh, goodness. You averaged 7.1 points, 2.9 assists per game for your career. But here, as a senior, you increased that. You had 12.4 points, 3.5 assists per game. That's awesome. You also actually had some blocks. So I thought you just got tired of watching Kayla swat the ball day, so you decided to go in there and swat some too. Kaydi, I really want to just talk to you and figure out your role on the team was playmaker, and you made plays happen. Talk about that, and talk about how you got better every year, including this year.
Yeah, my job as a playmaker is obviously to handle the ball and get it to somebody who can put the ball in the hoop. Luckily, my teammates made that very, very easy for me. Like Coach P said earlier, literally every game that we had, there was a different person that was on fire. And I think like my job maker was to that and try and get the ball to them in any way that I could. And I think it's like how we improved every year was obviously getting more comfortable with the girls. Every year that we played was a year added on to what I got to play with these girls. So comfortable and just realizing who can step up and who can hit that shot. But like I said, literally, night that we played, it was somebody different who could step up and hit that shot.
And that's fun. And as a playmaker, you obviously probably take pride not only in just scoring the shot, but making a good pass, getting your teammates involved, and just seeing something come exactly the way that it's supposed to be executed. How Coach Brinkmann drew it up, and you guys followed through, and then she was happy. That was good. She's shaking her head. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes. Hey, Coach, tell us real quick about that moment of the district championship. And the game was over. Kaydi was dribbling the ball up the court, came across the court, game was pretty much over, blew the whistle. You went over and you picked her up and carried her for a little while. Tell us about that and how special that was.
Yeah, that was pretty special. I'm not going to lie. I've always thought about, Kaydi and I have talked about, this is through our third district championship, and we were hungry for a win. Didn't make 2 years. So that's something that we talked about. That was a goal of ours before the season started. So when that finally came a reality, I just, wanted to grab her, say, John, let's keep going. She's hard. It's someone that a coach and a point guard just have a really special bond and a connection. We've been through a lot together. She's listened. She'd have been mad at her. She's been mad at me. That's just how. So to finally be able to see her succeed in that moment with her teammates, super special. I just wanted her to know that I was there for her, and we're getting ready to move on and keep on.
Good. Kayla, how special for you? And were you like, Coach, you can put me down now?
No,
I
it was obviously
think
super
so.
special. Yeah, like Brinkmann said earlier, the bond between a coach and a point guard is it's something super special. So I really did that.
That's, I've never had that moment with my son-in-law, Jay, where I picked him up and just carried him around for a little bit. He did a good job. I did tackle him. I did tackle him, however, when I first met you, didn't I?
Yeah, I was about to get into my granny's car. I love my granny. Shout out to my granny. You have helped me through so much. Anyways, I'm about to get into my granny's car, leave church lot, get tackled by a man. And it turns out that is the man, that is the father of a girl that I was starting to talk to. And right then, he's going to be my dad.
I think you're also probably wanting to call the police. I don't know.
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah, sure. Hey, Pam, tell us real quick about Kaydi, and as leader on. Talk to us about how she's been with her classmates in the school.
One of those kids that she's a no drama girl, and if it's a matter of she's staying out of the drama, she's super cool. I've known her since she was kindergarten or preschool, actually. Kaydi was part of her first school class here at Eugene. Hard worker, and I think people respect her. They know that she put all the ability of a ball team on her shoulders, done it before. And even with that she has, she stays super humble. And that's something with kids of her ability that's not been. So I'm very proud of the character that she shows by staying so humble during all of this. It just gets a testament to what a great young lady she is.
And that's obviously true. And here's a comment from Dana Alderman. Gonna miss when these three play together. So special. So you guys were enjoyable for everybody else to watch, and it was obvious that you had fun and you loved playing the game. So I know that's going to be missed. Blake Payne, let's go Eagles. So thank you guys for commenting. Any more comments? We're going to go into our last segment, but we're going to go ahead and our other sponsor real quick. This is CNS Businesses, and we appreciate sponsorship. They find people jobs. So let's let them tell you.
I'm Sonnet Cagle, and I'm a staffing specialist here with CNS. 1 year, 21 wonderful. What we do is companies, or if they're not local, I am the manufacturing labor staffing specialist. So if you need a job, we need you, because we have openings in manufacturing, packaging, cleaning, plastics. We have openings in so many different. We need people desperately. And you can meet the criteria for these companies. We need you. Yes.
Very good. Do they come see you, or who do they see when they come through the door?
They come through the door and they'll tell the receptionist that they need to fill an application, unless we already have called them in from a resume. And then they'll fill out the application, maybe with me for labor or Carrie for clerical.
All right, we appreciate Paula Benny and Stephanie Lehman and their whole team over there at CNS Business Services. And if you know anybody needs a job, they can help find it for you. So it's amazing how jobs are out there, and they just have, different businesses are having a hard time finding people. So if they need a job, that's where you go, CNS Business Services. All right, Jay, can you believe it? We're already in the final segment. Had a lot of fun. You've made fun of me. I've made fun of you, and I think that's just good. We're on the way.
Perfect.
Why don't you kick us off?
Man, I'm looking at the time, and we are running out of it. Really, with this last segment to just everyone to have their thoughts. We'll start with Kayla. What do you miss most about playing basketball with the Eugene Lady Eagles? And then tell me also, enjoyed about playing for Coach Brinkmann.
For the team, I miss most going out and getting to play with like best friends. We've talked about a lot, like the bond that we have and how you can see it out on the court, and that's definitely something I'm gonna miss. And with Brinkmann, I enjoyed how like she had the mentality that defense win, and because I succeeded on defense, that's something that I've always liked.
What was the toughest drill she had for you guys as far as defense, Kayla?
I think one practice where there was like only a few of us girls, we did where they shoot the ball. Oh, I guess it's not a defensive one, but it's not defensive.
Hey, drill doesn't matter.
You shoot, you're just running fourth, and I just remember being tired after that.
Yeah. Well, running, anytime you're running, you get tired, right, Jay?
Oh, I get tired walking. You kidding me? Get tired walking. Great. I'm an old man.
Whatever. All right. Kayla, thank you for sharing that. Jay, go ahead on the next one.
Kaydi, memory stand out to you playing in front of the fans, and then what impact Coach Brinkmann have on you?
For memories, all the sectional games really stand out. The crowd that we have had there has just been absolutely crazy. You walk in a gym and kind of wondering where all these people are, and then you're there to support you. Just like the crowd the whole time, was just crazy. It was a great atmosphere. The crowd was singing when the opposing team was shooting free throws. It was just awesome, a great atmosphere. And then Brinkmann will probably never truly understand his hat on me, not only as a coach, but as a friend and a mentor. She really fell back in love with the game, and she put a confidence that I never really knew that I had. And so she's just I'm really, really thankful for her.
That's awesome. Very good. I know that you are, every one of you have been special to her, and you just tell about, she talks about you, and then the way she lights up when you guys are talking, that's pretty awesome. Okay, go ahead, Jay.
Maggie, you're up. You're up to bat. I want to hear about Coach Brinkmann. How was she able to motivate you and keep you going all year? I also want to hear how much you're going to miss playing basketball with Kaydi and
Coach Brinkmann has definitely been one of the best pass coaches ever. I knew that she always had my back, and was there if I messed up. She'd always point her, like, she just has the best advice, and she always been inspired me. I think what I'm gonna most is probably all of our jokes that we had during basketball practice, and just this bond that we get shared when we play basketball. It's just something special. I really am gonna miss.
I really want to hear these jokes. I mean, we were, don't we, Jay?
It might not be able to be said on here.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Yes,
Coach Brinkmann did not hear half those jokes.
This is a family program. Okay, just sure everybody knows that. Awesome. Hey, Pam. Jay.
I was gonna, the way they laugh and giggle every time someone talks. Coach Brinkmann, how did you ever get through practice if they're just giggling the whole time? It's infectious. It makes me giggle. I feel like a high school girl too.
Obviously, they rub it off on me too because I'm laughing. But they kept it light too. We would laugh a lot, but we would get. I mean, they knew when to take things serious. Maggie would trip and fall, and we got to laugh at her, and then pick it back up and take things seriously. So it was a good mix. We had a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
I love.
Except for the tripping part, that probably hurt. And
That was Kayla. Kayla tripped over the line a couple times.
Kayla, when I trip and fall now, it hurts. It hurts a lot more. I don't read quite as well. Hey Pam, tell us a little bit about Coach Brinkmann and what she's meant to Eagle Athletics, not only as a basketball coach, but also as activity director and then just in general being on the school.
Megan wears the hats in this building, and some of them are not officials under other duties to be assigned. But she does everything absolute best of her ability. Everybody knows lunch this last been. I work in Central. It seemed like during the whole COVID pandemic, every conference or every webinar we'd watch would essentially change our playbook. And not only did she have that in a administrative capacity, but as a girls basketball coach, and then with the AD, trying to juggle all of those skills, trying to work around all the bad weather we've had. We didn't have some of rescheduled. Oh, now hold on.
Pretty cool. Never had that before.
Whoops.
She just waved and lights came.
So, we talked today, she had to reschedule a conference baseball game. If she gives a school 5 dates and they only have one available, well, that might be the one for our school. We can come in, It's just been an absolutely unprecedented time. She and I work a lot together on Eagle Pride. So we create within the school that helps put our best foot forward. She and I joke that we're kind of a pride committee. We hurry up and discuss something, and then if we need to take it to the rest of the committee, we do it. But a lot of ideas around. But we just also just the best school in mind. She does the best for those girls, as you guys can tell. The relationships she has with them are very special. She loves them. She loves them hard, though, and she wants to make sure she's getting the absolute best out of all of her players, and they respect that. You can tell the great relationships they have. So she's going to do a very great job, hopefully, when this pandemic's over, too. Megan, do you agree? When hopefully things settle down a little bit. Our new normal is not great, because we're tired of hearing this is our, because we want to get these kids back to packed gyms. We want to get them back to high school life as they know it without the restrictions that we have. So we'll all get through that together. But in the meantime, a lot of patience and caring goes a long way. And Mrs. Brinkmann's done a great job with all of that.
You've done a fantastic job, and again, hopefully it gets to a point where you're not having to mess with all that anymore. Dan, like what Patsy is talking about here, you got to make sure these are tied, Kayla.
Kayla, make sure your shoes are tied.
That's awesome.
Too long.
And then Blake Payne said, "That's a good one." All right, very good. Megan, tell us a little bit, and you do have a busy schedule. Tell us about what your plans are going ahead, and what are you excited about for the future of athletics?
Yeah, unfortunately, even though these 3 senior kids program the last couple of years have made a big difference, unfortunately they're seniors and they graduate and leave, and then we move on. So not only did they play an important role, I sophomores this year played a really important role. Olivia Unger, I thought, had one of the best second half postseason runs that anybody could have asked for. She stepped out of her comfort zone. She kind of reminds me of Kayla a little. Step out and shoot, can go inside and post. And as a sophomore, I thought she played extremely well, and the future is brighter. Ashlyn Stieferman started for us second half of the year. She hit some really big especially season run, and she just did what she was supposed to do. A great run, played hard, good. And I think those things, because our seniors found in the basketball and again everybody in a position to be successful. And then everybody coming off the bench. I mean, we're going to be next year have a lot of growing pains, I think, but that's something that we're looking forward to. I hope they take away from how hard they've worked, the dedication it takes, the relationship to have, and then we just keep growing and getting better from there.
Okay, Coach, any final words on these 3 girls?
Yeah, they're going to be missed. As goofy office time, they stop by and that's what I'm going to miss the most. That just seeing them every. It's a little high. It's seeing them in the lunchroom. Kayla is my A player, so I get to see her all the time, and it's those little actions that I guess relationship. I know they're going to be full. Live here. Kayla's number 1 in the class too. So besides a great athletic, they are supposed to in the room. Mag, you're doing a good job too. Don't you worry. But yeah, I mean, they're going to be successful, and I cannot, wait for them to come back and tell me what they're doing. Kaydi continue her basketball career at coming to college, and I joke with time Woods, and that's a little rivalry for you, Kaydi. So I'm excited, what she does and how she, succeeds with basketball. So kids, great girls. Wait to see what.
Good. Pam, any final words that you have about the girls?
They will be missed. Like Megan said, they're goofy, they're fun. Each of them have a unique personality, though. I hope they go off and do great things, but then I also hope they come back home and contribute our community, because they bring a lot. They are great role models. They're babysitters. I've seen them in action. But like I said, I hope they spread their wings, but then come on back home, because we would want them back.
That is awesome. I've been telling Jay that and my daughter and grandkids to come back home. They keep moving further away. Now they're like 16 hours away in Colorado. I'm going to quit saying it, and hopefully they'll come back. Hey, girls, thank you so much. You did a fantastic job. It's been a pleasure watching you all play, and been a pleasure having you guys on here tonight. And my daughter just said, "Sorry, Dad." All right, that's good. At least she's feeling sorry for me that she's not close anymore. All right, and here, let's see. Blake said you guys are low-key humble. So thank you. And thank you, Blake, guys, for your comments tonight. And so we're going to go ahead and close out the program. If you guys will stay on for just a moment, afterwards we'll visit with Rick. But, just like in the magazine, Jay has the final page, so here he gets a final word. And so we're going to let him do that here too. Thank you guys very much. If you want to tell everybody goodbye, feel free to go ahead and do that. And we will be right back with you here in just a moment, okay? All right. Here we go.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Wow, Jay, that was a good one. Lots of laughs.
Oh, it was fan. I don't think my face has ever hurt this much being done with an interview. I constantly smile, and I mean, and that was fun. Those girls are a hoot, and I'm glad that she's appropriate for the show. So thank you, Maggie. Don't say your inappropriate jokes. We will hear you. I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
But no, this was fantastic. I can't wait to see what the future is going to be. Coach Brinkmann is just, like I said earlier, she is Wonder Woman. I can't believe, how awesome she is. And I'm glad that she has Nick and that they're able to talk and bounce ideas off each other and, make the school better. So thank you all so much. And Pam, you are one of the best. Anytime up to the school, you just have everything ready to go for us, and you've been wonderful with. So Pam is awesome, and we know that from firsthand experience. This is the show. Please comment, get this out so we can keep bringing you awesome people every. And we just love you guys. One Nation, a Sports Locker magazine era, and we thank you so much for tonight. Have a great night, and God bless.
Yeah, God bless you guys.